Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. I'm Mrs. Evans from Math with Mrs. Evans, where I answer all of your math questions. Today, I'm going to show you how to do an order operations question, but with integers. So let's get started. Okay, so to do this problem, we're going to need to talk about order of operations and some of the misconceptions that people have with it. So when we start to think about order of operations, we think about PEMDAS, and I say it all the time, make sure you do order of operations. But we're going to talk about it a little bit differently and what exactly it means. So when you do this, you are going to do your parentheses first, check your parentheses, and then you're going to do your exponents. But after you do that, you're going to talk and think about your multiplication and division as a unit, okay? Don't think I do multiplication first and then division. You really do it at the same time. And the same thing with addition and subtraction. So let's say you have 3 divided by 1 times 2. Most people think that you go and you say, okay, I do my multiplication, 1 times 2, and then you say 3 divided by 2. It is in fact not that way, okay? So what you do is you're going to go from left to right, okay? So you're going to say, well, it's not necessarily what's first. It's what, you do multiplication first, then division. You can say, okay, well, I do multiplication and division at the same time in order from left to right. So you would say 3 divided by 1, which is still 3, right, times 2, which equals 6. And then you would move on with the rest of your equation. Now, this is where so many people get messed up, because if you had done it the other way, you would have 3 over 2, which is not the right answer. So it's very, very, very important to make sure that you are doing it from left to right to do that. And in the same way, it's the exact same thing with addition and subtraction. So once you finish the multiplication and division, you would then go into addition and subtraction. So let's say I have the same numbers. I'm going to move it down a little bit. So 3, what did I have? Minus 2 plus 1, right? So when you have PEMDAS, you usually have addition and then subtraction. So most people say they go 3 and 3 minus 3, right? Not the case. Remember, you're going to go from left to right. So you're going to go and do 3 minus 2, which is 1, plus 1. So those two things are totally different, okay? So make sure that you're taking the time to remember that you go from left to right with multiplication and division and addition and subtraction. Okay, so looking at the problem, okay, so I'm going to zoom in here and I'm going to write my PEMDAS again. Make sure you take the time to look at this in groups. Okay, so I'm going to start from the beginning. I'm going to look at my parentheses. I have -4, which cannot be changed, and then -7, which cannot be changed. There's nothing else to simplify with that, so I can check that off. And then look at my exponents. There are no exponents, so then I can just keep moving with that. And then I look at my multiplication and division. Well, I know that there's no division, so I can go do my multiplication. So I'm looking at what I'm multiplying, okay? So I have -4 times -7, okay? Now these two things together is a positive, right? So I know that's a plus. And 4 times 7 is 28, okay? And then I know, okay, we'll have addition, so I did that. So then I go addition, subtraction. I don't have any addition. I bring this down and I have 4 minus plus 28. So which essentially is 4 minus 28, which brings me to my subtraction. Which is going to give me a negative number, which is going to give me -24. Okay, so keep in mind, if this had a couple more things in it, this could have gone much differently. But make sure you're doing your multiplication and division and addition and subtraction in the right order so you can get the right answer, because it is really important. It may not come up so much in these questions, but it is something that a lot of people get confused about. So as long as you remember to go from left to right in your multiplication and division and addition and subtraction, you should get this question correct.